Peace and blessings, family. We're going to turn some of this volume down. Make sure you guys and ladies can hear. Uh, peace, family. Welcome in. This is your brother Yahya. And tonight, family, tonight I'm excited. As you can see, I changed scenes just so that we can have a clear conversation. Tonight, I hope you brought your pen. I hope that you brought some paper. And I hope that for you, as it will be for me, the most note-taking life of resurrection class. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna jump over here just to do a sound test, because before I get into this, I'm having a little issue, as you can tell, with my sound, and I want to make sure it's not disruptive to the program. Okay. That being said, I hope everybody is in good spirits today. And I hope you all came because you knew your brother is going to have something for you. That being said, I hope everybody is in good spirits. So yeah, that was my sound check. Thank you, family. It is a little loud. So what I'm going to do, because it's so loud, I'm going to back it up off of me because I don't need it. I'm going to just talk to you just like this here. Now what's going on is, but when I turn it on or off, actually, now you can hear me. And that's a little weird. So we're going to try to stay on point. Thank you, family. Had a little sound issues. I think we're going to be all right now. So tonight, family, um, we want to be taking a lot of notes. We want to be taking a lot of notes for the resurrection class. And I think we will be taking more notes than we ever have. More notes than we ever have. Okay? And that's fine. That's fine, family. Why? Because this ain't about ideas no more. Okay? You see, I'm trying to talk to you about some real situations. They raise questions in our community. And, you know, I want us to be able to be free, just as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, my teacher, our teacher, wants us to be free. Because this ain't about ideas. This is about structure. You said you're ready. You said you know your system. You said, Brother Yahya, I know what I'm going to do. So tonight, we're going to walk through exactly how to build it. Okay? You'll leave this life with steps, family. Steps you can see and steps that you will be able to use. Family, let me try something. Give me 1 second. Yeah, family, I think we can do better than what we had. So, family, I do apologize for the sound. The sound is not at its best. Okay? I've had better days with the sound. And it's become a problem today. But we're going to keep going. We're not going to let it stop us. We just going to keep going. Okay? So, uh, what we're dealing with, family, if you're ready, is we're going to walk through exactly how to build that system that we want to build. You'll get this live, family, ready to go if I ever get started. I found out uh, exactly what's wrong and I'll take care of it later. Write down and act on these principles this week. But before we jump into the steps, let me say something to you from the heart. Um, Family, I know exactly what it feels like um, to be broken, to have something on your mind at 2 a.m., that quiet pressure to do more, to be more, but not knowing where to start. I know what that's like. I know exactly what that is like. And because I know what it's like, I can explain to you now exactly what it's going to take for us to go to the next level. And I'm going to do that. Are you with me? Thank you for the 2 viewers tuning in. I don't know who you are at the moment because I'm streaming, and I know I'm having some issues out of my sound. But family, we're going to deal with that sound if you don't mind dealing with me through the sound. Okay? Turn some of the volumes down. Hopefully that'll help out some. Okay? So if that's where we want to be, if we want to build step by step, you're in the right place. You're not alone in this. And we're going to walk through it as a family. All right? Let's begin. Step one. Step one. What is the transformation that you offer? What is the transformation that you offer? And you don't have to leave it in the comment section, although it would be nice if you left it in the comment section. I will respond. Before you even go to make a post, because I know if you in business, you don't just have this big industry supporting your business. You're pretty much doing everything yourself, correct? And we're talking about building systems that'll make what you do easier so that you can free up your time to do other things, right? So before you post, before you design whatever it is that you design, before you promote, before you do anything, ask this question. What transformation do I offer? What are the people getting from buying from you, from dealing with you in business? Not what do I sell, Not what do I do, but what do I give that they may receive value? What do they become because of what I do? Did you hear me? What do they become because of what I do? See, that's the real root of value. Let's talk this through. We're finna get deep. Ask yourself now, what problem am I solving with my business? And I know you might say, if you're a barber or something, and we'll get there. What problem am I solving? What pain do I help solve? What pain am I helping to solve, excuse me? What kind of shift do people feel after they experience my work? What kind of shift do they feel? You're not just selling product, family. You're not just selling t-shirts. You're helping people by making a statement. You're not just cutting hair if you're a barber or a beautician. You're restoring dignity in that person who came in there looking not too well, but they left feeling dignified. You're not just writing ebooks for those of you who want to write books. Okay? You're giving direction to the lost. People read ebooks because you have information that they find valuable and they find value in. So they're willing to tune in to you because you supply a need. What need are you supplying? Okay? And we're going to write this down. This is something that you got to ask yourself in business. This is something that we all have to ask ourselves. You are the bridge. The transformation is the other side. But you're the bridge. So write this down. This is the first thing I literally would like for you to write down. You ready? Before they meet me, they are blank. After they meet me, they are blank. Okay? Take a second, family, and really breathe that through. Don't just write the words down. Feel it. If you really believe that you've been sent here to help somebody, someone, some people, then this right here, family, this is the sacred step. You're not building for followers. Because I know people who have millions of followers and they don't scale off of 10% of the followers that they have. So you could have 100 followers, 50 followers, and you could be more productive if you would apply these things that I'm talking about and gonna talk about than someone with 1,000,000 followers because they just trying to get followers. They're not niching down and trying to target their audience. They're not trying to find that person that they're talking to. Okay? You're building for a soul who needs what you got. Okay? Let's move to step 2. Where is the one person, family, I'm here to serve? Where are they and who are they? You need to know both. Everybody ain't your customer. Everybody is not your audience. So before you try to reach to the crowd, family, speak to the one person, one person, one person. Ask yourself, who are they? Where are they? What's their struggle? What's the problem? What is the problem they can't say out loud? This takes study. Picture them. Picture them, family. I'm serious. Give them a name. You may know someone that's like this person. See their face. Now ask yourself, what would I say to this person? That if I had 30 seconds to speak life into them, what would I say? I remember sitting outside a store, family, and a brother walked by, face hard, and shoulders was low. I didn't say a word, but I knew he was the one I was building for. I knew he wasn't asking for help, but I could see the war inside that brother. And every post I made, every product I've designed, I speak to him, even to this day. Did you hear me? I just laid something real heavy on you. And if you can hear through my words and hear my motive, see, that's who God gave me. Okay? Now, I'm gonna give you a writing activity because this is about solutions. This ain't just about story time. Describe your one person. Describe your one person. Describe their age. Describe their stage or their pain or their need. Describe even their dream. What's the solution? Describe even what they are searching for. You got to get deep. Why does this matter, Brother Yahya? We'll talk about it. And then I want you to write, I was sent to serve this person by helping them. That's your mission. That's your mission. Thank you, family, for tuning in. This is Brother Yahya with another Buried in the Shallow Grave episode for our live. We're not even finished, family. I'm trying to pour out some information to you. And I don't want you to worry if it doesn't all come at once. I don't want you to worry if it doesn't all come at once. Sometimes clarity, it shows up in layers. Clarity, it shows up like an onion. Just keep asking the question. Keep listening. Keep watching. And one day, you'll realize, family, the person you were talking to, you were trying to serve, was you before you grew. That's why it feels so familiar. Am I talking to somebody? Let's keep going. We want to turn these posts, for those of you who are in business, who are doing this thing by yourself, but you need a better system. And I know some of you are Well, if you're on Facebook, you can see it below me. And then if you are on my YouTube, you can see two books um, to my right. And I will leave these books for you in the comment section. All I ask that you do is like, share, subscribe, and make one comment. And once you make that comment, we will get you that ebook by a small little conversation I have with you. And then you can go on to read this ebook with more solutions to more problems. One of these books is called, as you can see, Word Weapons. Word Weapons. The silent system, the hidden codes, and family. These aren't just silly little books. These books, they come with a problem. They come with an understanding of the problem, and they come with a solution to the problem. Now, whether or not you choose to agree with the solution, that's on you. Okay? A billboard, it shouts, right? A magnet, it speaks quietly, but it's pulling you deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper every time you put it beside something that is a light. Most people make the mistake of yelling. Excuse me, it's unalike. Most people make the excuse and they yell, buy me, buy me, buy me, and they keep posting all this foolishness and it goes nowhere. I've been that person. I've been that person. But I had to learn. What what makes what your people need is a message that meets their need, that meets them where they're hurting. And so you have to ask yourself, what sentence would have stopped me when I was lost? What post could I have posted? But what post would have been posted that would have made me feel like somebody understood me, that I was seen? This is what your customer needs. Don't just promote, you know, anything and everything. And if, and I'm even talking to my brothers, this is from my heart. We can't just, always just promote the minister. You know, um, Sometimes brothers need to see us in action, applying. And this is for believers as well. Um, just as a humble servant, I had to do it. I had to realize, hey man, you know, people do need to hear the minister because without him, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. But after that, now people need to see what it is that the minister has done for you through what he's saying, because the minister has changed lives with what he's taught us. So, I'm telling you, that's what your customer needs. Don't just sell, speak, and speak truth, whatever your truth is. I posted something. I posted something simple one time. I said something like, "You're not lazy. Uh, 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 you don't have the right system yet." It was something like that, and it didn't blow up. But a week later, a brother said it helped him reopen his laptop. And I won't go into detail about our personal conversation, but that brother was inspired by that post. That's what we mean by magnet. That's what we mean by magnet. Here's another writing activity. If you're serious, here's another writing activity. Write 3 shorts, and these are messages that speak to your audience's pain. Then pick one and attach a real story from your life to prove it's true. Did I say something wrong? Do you see why that will work? Do you see and understand why that's valuable? That's your next post. And I guarantee you, if you're really serious about helping someone, you will help them with that post. It'll attract, family, who you were called to serve, number one. Without your chasing, you ain't gonna have to chase. You might not get 1,000 views, 1,000 likes, but you might reach, you know, that one person who needed to hear that story the most. The one who was gonna act on that story and become. I'm tying this in. So take your time. Take your time. Take your time. With your post, take your time. Because once you get the format and the formula down, everything else, it'll start becoming faster and easier. Okay? Right? Like somebody breakthrough is dependent on it with their life. Because sometimes it is. And sometimes, family, it does. That's a fact. And family, this is where I just want to pause for a second. Okay? Are you understanding what we're building right here? Is this helping you get clarity on how to move forward? Drop your answers, family, in the comment section. I've got a constant viewer. This may be one of my subscribers, and I thank you for tuning in to another live episode with your brother. But would you drop a answer in the comment section, please, and let me know. Just ask your questions. I'll stay around to engage with your question. And family, please like and subscribe and share this video because somebody needs to hear this. You know it, and I know it. Our community, someone needs to hear it. Even if they don't listen today, you send it and they don't listen. They may come back later because they felt guilty that they didn't, look at your messages and they might go into it. So send it anyway. We're going to continue into step 4. Branding through repetition and tone. Branding through repetition and tone. But until the end, well, we're going to do that today. But until the end, I want you to take these things that I've asked you to write out, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to figure out who it is that you're talking to. You're trying to figure out who it is that you are going to bring value to. You're going to sit back and you're going to think over who this person is. And I'm serious, family. This is what the big businesses do. They just do it in such a deceitful way until I didn't even want to bring them up. But it is what they do. I don't want you to model anything after deceit. That is not proper promotion. And see, that is what's wrong with this system. That's why we're sitting here on this computer talking about how to deal with this system and building new systems, because we think now, even, We call right wrong, and we call up down. Our very line of demarcation on what is right and good and just is marketed into our education, in the fabric of our education, as if it's the all go get all, when truly it is deceit. You know, I don't wanna repeat whether or not I become successful or not at what I do. I don't ever want to build my foundation on something that's not true, that I'm not striving to make true. So when I tell you to think over your customer and what it is that, who they are, where they are, their age, their stage, their pain, I'm not telling you this to do this so you can now, become a snake. You're here to help them. You're here to offer information. You're here to offer help. You're here to offer service. You're here to offer product, but you're not here to offer deceit. I just want to give a big shout out to Brother Rizza Islam. Brother Rizza Islam is a powerful, powerful man of Almighty God, and he is also the fruit of Islam. And for those of you who don't know what a fruit is, this is, whenever you look at the United States and you see their soldiers in their army, you're looking at black folks soldiers in our army when you look at Brother Rizza Islam. But Brother Rizza Islam is such an amazing brother, and he has such a powerful platform, not because he is really great at marketing, though he is really great at marketing. And it's not because he is, any of these things that many of us might think about Rizza. I believe Brother Rizza Islam, is so great and powerful because he speaks with one voice. He doesn't speak for some narrow segment of the population who believes such and so and thus and so. These are the teachings of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to us. He said that we have to speak for all our people, no matter who they are, where they are, and what they are.
You gotta have your own. It must be ours. That's why the Palestinians are in such bad shape. They'll never be free under that system. Never. Anytime somebody can cut off your water, cut off your electricity, cut off your food, not free. So all of us that live in America, we're living somewhere that we don't control the land. If you're in the big city, they got highways running around the city that allow them access to you. They can bring you food or they can keep you from getting it. Just like they're trying to do with the Palestinians as we speak. They can cut off our water, our electricity, and they will do it. Now, if you don't...
That's right. It's very important. It's very, very important, family, that we understand these systems that are in place are the systems that divide and conquer. That's their programming. That's the power program that they run on. And as long as you think like them, you will produce like them. And if you produce like them, you will be destroyed like them. It's no cutting around the bush. You got to just cut the whole bush down. It is a weed that the root itself must be uprooted from the very ground. And I'm so passionate, family. I want to show you. Do you remember the first interview with Phil Donahue and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Do you remember that interview? It was a powerful interview. And if you don't remember it, um, I wanna, if that interview carries meaning to you, you could, let's just talk about it. Phil Donahue, that thunderous interview where the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, um, it was a moment that black people realized that we were in a hell of a condition. Many of us didn't know until that video. Uh, and I'm going to share with you what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan pointed out in that interview right now. If you're watching, family, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. This is your Brother Yahya with another episode of Buried in a Shallow Grave. And we are going to talk about this interview because it's so important that I don't want us to just look at it like just some piece of video that was, a part of history, and we just sit around and praise it. It's the car twisted the metal on that day, but it couldn't twist the mind. Uh, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan made that pain that we suffer public. He made the recovery instructional. And that's why the interview is thunderous. Because when God brings a man back from the edge, he don't send him back to be soft, family. He sent him back with a voice. And that is what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was. What did that interview with Phil Donahue and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan point out? It pointed out that we are two societies, one black, one white. It pointed out that we were on a road after everything we've been through. We are on a road to destruction because we're in a burning house. Without hesitation, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan leaned in and he told him that America is in deep trouble. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan did not waste no time uh, standing up for what he believed when Phil Donahue would ask him silly questions. I'm gonna show it to you.
You know what I think? I think you've given up.
Given up on what?
On the ideal of an integrated America. the dream of Martin Luther King. I think you've given up. This is not, I'm not trying to be a smart aleck now. I'm telling you honestly that I think you've given up.
If I may respond, the Kerner Commission, established by President Johnson in 1967, said that there were two societies, one black, one white, one rich, one poor. And the Kerner Commission gave specific recommendations that had to be followed if America believed in integration. 20 years after that, a group of scientists got together to see what the progress was. And the progress is
backward.
That we have a larger middle class, but the masses of black people have gone backward. And the country is not only separate and unequal, but in worse condition today than it was then. So I don't think, Mr.
You make my point.
Donahue, you should put it on me that I've given up. America has never believed in integration. Never. Never.
Mr. Farrakhan, I can't really stand up and jump up and down and say, shame on you for this feeling. I truly can't. The evidence is overwhelming. Overwhelming. 1 in 4 black males either in jail or under the tutelage of the prison system. And so I'm here to say that it hurts me to think about this, but I think I have a responsibility to understand how a lot of smart people would get to this place. America is not interested in integration. If that's the case, why are you even bothering to suggest that you're interested in it? Why not make your statement more in fact and without qualification? And if America has not been interested in integration, I assume you feel it never will be, certainly not in your lifetime. So why don't you proceed then from that point of view and tailor your speeches accordingly?
It's deeper than that, Mr. Donahue. We have a stake here. We have helped to build this country. When the Civil War broke out, supposedly, Mr. Lincoln wanted to free the slaves, but according to his own words, he really didn't care whether America had slaves or not. He really wanted to save the Union. Black soldiers fought on the side of the North and the South. The Union was saved, but we were not.
Yeah.
We have done what every citizen should do, but we have gotten nothing from it. So America is in trouble. And we believe we have a solution to the problem. And if the solution is good for black people, it's good for America.
Yeah. With time fleeting, what is the solution?
If we are already separate but unequal, and there is not the will on the part of the United States government, nor is there a national will to reconcile the differences between black and white.
If you don't believe there is.
No, I don't.
All right. Well,
I really don't.
Okay, let's not qualify it then.
But when I say if, I'm speaking now for those who might think there is that possibility.
Well, why mollify them? Why patronize them? Why accommodate them if that's not what you feel?
I don't wish for them at this point to feel that their thinking is discredited. But if in the course of this discourse and in the face of the overwhelming evidence that America really doesn't want black people, then look, let's tally up what is owed to us. Let's sit down and talk about a just solution, and I tell you, like Moses said to Pharaoh, let us go and do something for ourselves.
The dry bones in the valley stood up and exceedingly
All praise is due to Allah. That was my little brother, my big brother. Age in this world is just, it's nothing. This little brother here is a big brother to a lot of us. He is the inspiration for a lot of the things that I do. And shout out to Brother Fatir Muhammad, one of the soldiers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who was out there every day fighting to liberate our people from the clutches that this enemy has put us in. So thank you. I wanted you to watch that video because I want to say to you, you know these truths. You watch these videos and you think that, you know, all of that is over. It's all, you know, just it's something we went through. But then again, I think you know, some of you, that can't be true. You know, I'm proof that the stone they rejected is now the cornerstone of something new. And we shouldn't really seek something that our enemy don't see. You know, like forgiveness and integration. Let's start there. You know, I didn't come here to be discovered, family. I came here because I was disrupted. God didn't just spare me. He sent me back with something I needed to say. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our guide through these times that we're living in. Everything that he's ever told us that will come to pass has come to pass. And he's here for our salvation. He's just our brother, but he's a brother who's been sent by God himself. He doesn't claim to be anything but your brother and a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But he's my father. He's my brother. He has been my friend, even when I was not a friend to myself nor my people. So we thank God for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And to be honest with you, I think that this has been one of the best lives that we've done because we're starting to realize that the time for us to do something, it must be now. Even though some of you don't know what to do, you know that something has to be done. And you tried everything that you can try, and it didn't seem to work. And so here you are, little brother, little country brother too. You scroll through and you see him and you say, well, this brother's talking about building a new world. Now, I don't know much about that Elijah Muhammad, but I know we need a new world. And so if this brother's willing to talk about that Muhammad, and I can gather some knowledge and wisdom from it, And the Muslims know more about how to free themselves from their condition than we do, then I think I'll listen to this brother. Well, see, I'm just, I'm just, I'm kind of like John in the Bible, in a sense. I'm just announcing one whose shoes I'm not fit to lace. I've never met the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but I have met the power of the teachings of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I feel them because I allowed myself to accept my own, and now I'm striving every day to be myself. This is the duty of us as Black people. We got to come into something other than what we're in. We know what we're in is not our own, and there's no way we could be ourselves under this system. So the mission, the goal, is to build new systems. And if you're willing to continue, I gave a lot of information during this live, and I've got less than 1 minute left. So I just really want you to go back, look at this video, look at the value in it, write those things down, find your target audience, and we're going to move to some next steps here in about 3 hours or so. I'll be going live, I'll say about 3 o'clock. How's that? We'll take our second live for the day at 3, and we'll go on into that next part, which is step 4. So thank you, family, for tuning in. This has been a wonderful live. This is your brother Yahya with another episode of Buried in a Shallow Grave. I'll be announcing some people that I'm going to be bringing on to the show. And thank you for tuning in. We'll talk about this soon.